Welcome back to the Author's Edge. Today, we're talking about something tiny that can make a huge difference. Reviews. Now, confession, I am a podcast binger and I read 4 or 5 books a week. I inhale episodes and books and I love them. And even though I know reviews matter, I forget to write them until someone literally shakes me out of my reading mode or my listening zone and says, stop. Go leave a review, please. And a lot of times I know this is important and you know this is important. I have now a method that I think is the most powerful 3-minute habit for supporting books and podcasts you love. Now, you might be asking, well, do I have to do this all the time? I don't know your life. I'm not making rules for you, but I will tell you why you should leave reviews for the things that you really like. You might think reviews are a nice to have. They're not. Reviews are the fuel behind discoverability and conversation. For authors and podcasters, they matter more than you think, and they don't have to feel like a really big deal to you. Let me be clear. A review is not a book report. It is not an evaluation. It is not your job to summarize the book like you're in 10th grade. It is not your job to summarize the podcast. That's the job of the description. And it's too much pressure. And also, you have 3 minutes. Your job is simple. Leave a recommendation. Your recommendation should be 5 stars. It's not your job to give a book 3 stars because you didn't like the ending or you thought that the tone was too scholarly. Then then you're not recommending it. Your lack of recommendation is just fine. That's all we need. Do you want to be the one out there saying something negative? That kind of mojo splashes back on you. Most people overthink this. They try to write something impressive or analytical, philosophical, or they freeze. They think they should be assigning a star rating, like they're reviewing a couch that arrived in the wrong color, in pieces, and the size of dollhouse furniture. That makes sense for products. It does not make sense for books and podcasts because books and podcasts are subjective. You're not buying something that now you're stuck with. What am I going to do with this broken couch? If you don't like a book, put it down. It's cool. If you don't like a podcast, take a left turn, go do something else. Reviews influence the algorithms and they help people decide what to do next, what to try next. And these authors, these creators, they really depend on them. And the barrier, I don't think, is effort. I think it's that people are not quite sure what to say. So let me give you my formula. And I use this all the time. You can go and look at the reviews I've left for everything. And I follow this to the letter. A great review doesn't need to be fancy. It needs to be supportive. Here's my simple formula to write a strong review in 3 minutes or less. Start with 3 words or just 2 words that describe your experience. Could be loved it or practical and funny or brilliant, period, honest, period. Usually that goes in the subject line. Then your first full sentence is what I really appreciate about this book or podcast is, and then fill in the blank. Or I depend on this podcast, which I just left a review for someone just today saying, I depend on this podcast every week. And that is true of the podcast that I was reviewing. So first sentence, what I really appreciate is. Second sentence, if you're someone who likes this, or no, then add another sentence. If you're someone who wants X, this will help you because of Y. So you're just calling out because the person is reading and saying, I am someone who wants this, wants to build a birdhouse. This will help you because you can be a beginner and actually create your birdhouse. If you want, you can change that up with this sentence. if you're into X and Y, you'll really love this. Like, if you're into gothic horror, like Leigh Bardugo, which is an author I love, you'll really love this book. Or if you're into true crime podcasts, you'll love this podcast because it really goes deep. That's all you got to do. You're done. It's clear, it's honest, it's specific. It took 3 minutes or less. If you want to be extra super duper helpful, write a review right at the moment when something clicks for you. That way it's fresh. When the idea lands and your energy is high and you're like, God, that was really good. That's when your review practically writes itself. So quick recap. So 3 words, 1 sentence about what you appreciate, 1 sentence about who it's for and why it matters, and 1 sentence that's a comparison. If you want to support authors and creators you love, this tiny habit changes everything. Now is time for a detour into real life. This is my aside for the day. I think you know by now, if you're watching this on YouTube, I wear shades of blue and dark green. I need more options. And sometimes a shade of green will wash me out. Why? I don't know. I don't understand. But I am obsessed with these videos of color palette consulting to get your colors done. Are you a winter? Are you a spring? Are you an autumn? Can you wear black and fuchsia? Probably a winter. Can you wear Kelly green and colors of Easter eggs? You're probably a spring. Do Easter egg colors make your skin react poorly? Do they bring out your rosacea? Probably not a spring. Does muted navy, I'm just going to, but here's the thing. I don't know what I am because I'm a redhead, but my hair used to be redder. I have 1 green eye and 1 blue eye. I have a silver streak coming in like Bonnie Raitt. And I just don't know. I've taken all the online tests and some say soft summer, some say soft autumn, some say dark spring. Whatever, I'm in the dark. What season are you? Can you wear hot pink? Because I cannot. I can also not wear taupe or beige or most shades of yellow. If you know what season I am, please let me know. If you are listening to this on an Apple device, I would love your review for The Author's Edge. It helps other authors find the show and keeps these conversations going. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.